Look at all of our U.S. military assets in the Middle East, and you can see the Strait of Hormuz there. And we're going to talk a little bit about that with all of the oil. Our oil prices are going up. But first, Mike Waltz, who's our U.S. ambassador, he was talking about the conflict and our goals for this conflict and the new leadership, because we were told, some said that the Ayatollah's son was not going to be selected, but 88 people that are part of these clerics that are part of the Assembly of Experts, they voted yesterday. And it signals that they want a hardliner in there. They want someone that has influence with Iran's security forces and business networks. Here is Mike Waltz, the U.S. ambassador.
So it has to be someone that we can deal with. It has to be someone that doesn't threaten Americans, attack Americans, and try to attack us and our allies at any given chance. So the president laid out his goals: no nuclear weapons, no long-range ballistic missiles, no ongoing support for its terrorist proxies like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and others. And that has to be a regime that we can deal with and stops attacking us in the world. So,
Brian, looks like, as predicted, the regime is not moderating. They have no sense. I mean, even the Supreme Leader, former Supreme Leader who was destroyed in one of the attacks, didn't even want his son to replace him. That wasn't his plan of action. Yet they have chosen him to be the next leader. So that tells you that the president's campaign has to continue then.
Yeah, but he's already been wounded, number one. And number two is most Iranians have never heard his voice. Right. He used to be in the military, served in the Iran-Iraq war, works with the IRGC, and was part of not just this last crackdown on innocent Iranian civilians, but almost all the crackdowns, which turns out if you protest, he kills you. With a woman without a headdress, when you walk around, he kills you. So this guy is brutal, and the president said, I'm not happy. He also said this to me last night, and he wanted to go out of his way to make this clear. He said, in terms of danger to the region, Iran had thousands of missiles pointed in all these Middle Eastern countries for the last 4 months, most of which have been hit already, by the way. They're going to take over the Middle East. They're going to control it, all of it. UAE, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia. They had 1,200 missiles pointed at these countries. All these nations were afraid of Iran, and they're not anymore. But they had reason to be afraid. We have knocked the hell out of them like no other nation could have, and they still have remnants left. So when the Gulf states are asked, are they shocked? Yes, they are shocked. Number two is they're not going for our bases. Yeah, they hit some of our bases, but they're going for oil refineries. They hit a desalinization plant. This morning they hit a refinery over in Bahrain, and now the Arab states are beginning, the Gulf states are beginning to hit back. And Senator Lindsey Graham is among the many people who say, you know what, go fight. We'll make room for you. Go in there and start hitting these guys. Iran is truly isolated right now outside, which has been confirmed by the foreign minister, Russia helping them with targets.
That's why when you hear naysayers, why are we involved in this? Why are we going in? Well, because they were producing nuclear weapons, long-range ballistic missiles. We cannot have that, as you heard Mike Waltz talk about. And then the president telling Brian that Iran had thousands of missiles pointed at all these Middle Eastern countries for the last 4 months. So they were on the brink of producing a nuclear war. What did they say? Within 11 days? Within several weeks?
They had enough for 11. They told we have 420 kilograms to make 11 bombs.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you brought up the point of, Brian, the different targets that the Iranians are going up to, because I don't understand why we keep putting him on Sunday shows, this foreign minister from Iran. He goes to the Gulf states, we're not attacking you. We're only attacking the American military. But that's not true. We've seen all the footage of them going after, whether it's airports or hotels as well. And you just laid out some of the other targets there. Now, I've been, pressing people, okay, why aren't the Gulf states joining? And some analysts say that perhaps they don't want this to turn into a war where it's Arab versus Persian. But the Iranians have made it this way. These Gulf states weren't attacking them. They wanted to stay on the sidelines, even though they privately supported what Israel and our country is doing right now. But they brought them into this. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I think that's a good point. I would say that their ability to regenerate and make more missiles is at zero, according to a high-ranking Pentagon official. And they think in 3 weeks, which will be through this week and next, you'll start to see the government begin to crumble. But right now, the IRGC rebuked the president and said, no, we are targeting them. And the president backed up and said, well, if you have an American base, that makes you susceptible to our attack. They're probably going off the old game plan. And the communication is terrible between the IRGC and what's left of their government. And it's also bad between the people. They got to find a way to get that internet on so the Iranian people can coordinate.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.